Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining today. Today, we are having a very special guest. I can't wait for you all to meet her. Absolutely wonderful, a beast of a woman, incredible, awesome, fantastic business. And I can't wait for you all to meet this great, great woman. I want you to stay tuned. I am going to bring her in soon. Okay, I'm going live now. Taking a little minute. Oh, there she is.
How
Hey,
are you?
OT. How are
I'm
you?
great. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. I'm so excited. Are you at work still? How was the
No,
day?
I'm at home. Tuesdays are my days off, so I got to catch up on all my work at home, which is fun. So I'm
Yeah.
comfortable and warm.
Yes, it's really cold out there, isn't it, today?
Yes, and I think
It,
it's supposed to get colder.
yeah, we don't want to hear that, but it's our reality. It's so nice for you to be here with us, the Fem family. We are super, super excited to chat with you today. We've talked before. I've been kind of like a troll. I've been trolling you for a little while under another account. I'm like, first you popped up on our feed, and I'm like, who is this person? I need to talk to her. This woman is a beast. I need to get in touch with her. So I started watching and digging deep on some of the things that you were doing. And so here we are. Without further ado, I will let OT introduce herself. If you don't know who this woman is, I don't know where you've been, but let her introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is OT. My full name is Otilia. OT is my nickname. It's super short and simple. I'm a fitness enthusiast. I'm a fitness trainer, and I'm the owner of a all-female fitness facility called Club Energy. And for anyone who doesn't know what Club Energy is, like I said, we're a women's only fitness facility in North York, Toronto, and we're led by a team of women only trainers. We have 9 independent trainers on our team who are all amazing and talented. And together we're building a community of strong and empowered women.
This is just so amazing. Everything that you stand for, your business model, just everything about the energy that comes. I watch your, I think it was like some reggae fit over the weekend. Insane, insane.
So fun.
Um, what led you down this road? How did we get here, OT?
Okay, well, it started, my passion for fitness and health started in my early teenage years. I experienced both of my family members, so my father and my mother had severe illnesses. My father was diagnosed with diabetes and he suffered from a stroke. And then my mom was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Every time I talk about it, it doesn't feel real, but that's kind of really what pushed me into the path that led me down here today. So basically, with my mom, she was diagnosed in in 2018, and
I'm
and
sorry to hear that.
yes, and so from that diagnosis, I saw her suffer. She was really, really sick. So I was actually working at Hospital for Sick Children in Human Resources, and
Hmm.
to take care of her and be there for her. And during that leave, I decided that it was like kind of a good time to maybe distract myself and start studying for personal training certification. So literally, I was in the hospital room with my mom in my book, like by her bedside, studying to become a personal trainer. And I think I used it for distraction, but I was really passionate about training. Like I would even sit at my office job. I remember like I would take out my little post-it note and literally like write down what I wanted to do for my workout and just imagine that I was in the gym all day and I could just remember like wishing I could just spend the whole day in the gym. I just loved it so much. It was literally my escape. And
Yes.
so when my mom finally passed in late 2018, I decided to not go back to work. I said, this is like my one shot. It was such a big wake up call, as you can imagine, like life
Mhm.
and death suddenly
Yeah.
so real for me. You know, it only
Um,
when, when you lose someone so close to you. So I decided that I wasn't going to go back to my office job. It wasn't making me feel fulfilled at the end of the day.
great.
I loved what I but I knew that, you know, this was, I had more to offer, and I
Right.
just, yeah, to find how I could do that. So I started off as a personal trainer in 2018. I remember having one client. They paid me $40 an hour, and I would literally, it was a client, so I would drive to wherever they were in the city of Toronto to train them because I was so passionate about it. And I knew that maybe one day, eventually, I could hopefully build up that clientele, which I did. So fast forward a few years later, you know, I started building up my clients, and I started training at a local gym,
Mhm.
taking clients as an engine trainer. And then in 2020, I decided to start Energy. So Energy,
Yes. Yes.
a brand on its own. It was built as a brand to serve women in the fitness community, something that made them feel empowered. And so I started selling just fitness accessories. I had like resistance bands, I had water bottles, I had these shirts, and I started selling them
Hustler.
online. It was fun to use
Yeah.
social media, try to build a brand, and
Yeah.
people like actually bought my products. And I remember even like when I got that first sale, like how surprised and excited I but it built up from there. And you know, fast forward a year after that, my partner, who's my partner today, an amazing man, he kind of pushed me to get my own space. And he's like, I think it's time. I told him it is not time. I told him there's no way I could do that. He was really, really persistent
Yeah.
in believing it. And he's like, you could
That's
do
what you
it.
need. You need that person.
Yeah, so from there, it's so funny because I remember like we literally had this conversation about me opening up my gym. We were on vacation, and he's like, you know what? When we get back to the city, I'm gonna like get my real estate agent. I'm gonna help you look for a space. And he was serious. I didn't even think he was serious, but he was serious. When we got back, we started looking for a space, and we found like literally what seemed to be the most perfect space. It was close to the area I grew up in. My grandmother was down the street. My dad was down the street. So like everyone was close. The lighting was beautiful in the gym. And I said, okay, I think I'm going to try. And
Mhm.
I took the risk during an extremely scary time, COVID. And
Mm,
we're here today.
yeah, that's so amazing. You touched on partner, having the right partner. Having that cheerleader, whether it's a male or a female, someone who believes in you. In history, we know this, that any successful business or person always attribute that success to having the right association, partnership, whether it's personal partner or business partner. And you touched on that, and I'm happy that you did that because I think that that's a component that is required in order, because you have the vision, you have the sauce, but you need that person who's just like, okay, throw you out there to the wolves and kind of like go for it, right? Sounds like that's what you had.
Yes, I do. I'm so grateful. If it wasn't for him, I have no idea what would have happened today, but he's really pushed me to, yeah, to get this far.
I'm so proud to hear that. So when you think about, I know you've been in business now 3 years or so,
Yeah.
the Club Energy, right? About. What was one of your biggest loss or win or failure? Because that's one of the challenges that a lot of women, that holds a lot of women in business back. They have great ideas, they have great plans, but the fear of the loss or the failure or the setback seems to hold them back. What was it for you, if any, that allowed you to kind of used it to push you in the direction that you're in now?
Well, to be quite honest, I think our biggest failure in a way happened as soon as we opened. So, like we opened, literally, we're ready to open January 2021, and we were already during COVID restrictions, lockdown time. And one of the restrictions for our area in the GTA was there was no gyms that were able to open. So, you know, we're ready to open. We have to start paying rent like next month, and we could not operate. So that was probably the biggest and hardest thing that we went through as a business. We were not
Mhm.
open for from January until August of 2021 is when we were officially able to open our doors, which now looking back was insane. And,
Yeah.
you know, I think think luckily the only reason I was able to cover rent at that time, like one of the losses I had to take was like it came out of personal finances, but also because I had this brand that was doing pretty well with selling its products, I was kind of able to use some of the revenue to cover my rent with that. And then during that time, now that I really think back and reflect, it was an advantage to us and to the gym and to our team because we were able to build a team of strong women that work well together. So like I said, we have 9 independent women trainers on our team that compose Club Energy. And we were really able to take that time to kind of get close together. We spent a lot of time together. We created content. We went on little dates. We created a sisterhood. So
yes,
back, I think building that foundation so strong from the very beginning,
yeah,
although it was so hard, it really worked out to our advantage.
that's wonderful. Your team is fire. They're fire. Every single workout session that I see, I'm like, these girls just come. They know the assignment. They show up correct. They bring the energy, hence the name. But is that one of the requirements? What do you look for? You and I quickly touched on this before. When you're thinking about your team, and so many women who have businesses, and they're like, okay, I need to, like even today I was having this very lengthy conversation with a very successful business owner here in the GTA, and she said, you know, I'm really looking to source out some new people in and kind of, you know, brainstorming what that would look like and any resources that I have. And one of the things that I see that you've managed to do very well, because I think your girls are just fire. How do you know? Is there a prerequisite? Do you have a list where you're like, they need to come with this?
Well, to be quite honest, in the beginning, a lot of the trainers, we already had a relationship. Like I knew a lot of the girls who are already on the team right now. And one thing I found was common amongst all of them was the passion. They had such passion for what they do. And even when it comes to like helping women, we all have a vision, which is again, helping women, empowering them through health and fitness. So just that level, like I knew it would work out. I feel like even now looking back, like if there's any lack in terms of like skill or skill set or anything that can easily be learned, that's completely fine as long as the team member is willing to open up and learn, which a lot of us are. We've been through so much. We've been through ups, we've been through downs. You know, we're all women, so there's been drama at times, but the fact that we work through it and we still stand strong to this day, it really shows a lot.
I'm so proud of you. I am really so proud of you. You have no idea. So proud of you. I just see this. And I told you this. I've been known to say a few things. I see this. It's massive. It's an empire. It's just fantastic what you've been able to build in such a short period of time. If you weren't doing this, if OT and Club Energy didn't exist, what would you be doing?
I honestly think I would still be in the fitness industry. I really like content creating. Like that's one of my things. Like even when it comes to like the Club Energy side, when it comes to putting like anything that we recorded together and putting it up on social media, I love that. That's like where I really excel, and I look forward.
That's your jam.
to that work. So I think, yeah, I think I'd be maybe doing some sort of content creation, probably still helping women within the fitness industry for sure.
And I could see that. You're passionate about this. Is you. It's part of your DNA. What advice, if any, and I'm sure you have tons, what advice would you give to female, like aspiring? You see them all the time. They're in your gym. I see them. I hear. I have conversation. I motivate and inspire. If you were to be talking in a room, which will come, we're speaking that into the universe, of other entrepreneurs or other women who are looking to pursue their passion, what advice would you give them? Because you've done it, right? You've stepped out. You've gone for it. What advice would you give them?
Definitely a couple things. My first thing is just off the bat is don't expect everything to be perfect because it will never be perfect. If anything, expect things to go wrong every day and just be prepared, be prepared to solve the problem because that was one of the things that I had to learn. I thought like, okay, you know, we have a gym, we have a space, you know, things are going, and I would just walk in every day and, you know, the sun would be shining and everything would be perfect, which is not true. Every single day, there's going to be some sort of problem, some sort of dilemma, and you have to kind of be open to that and welcoming to it. So now when I wake up in the morning, I wake up with the attitude, okay, like what problem will I have to solve today? You know, I'm already approaching the day that it's probably not going to be perfect. Like there might be something that comes about,
Mm-hmm.
and just prepare to handle it. And just know that, you know, you have enough to handle whatever it may be. And if not, like you might have a circle around you, your team and other support, friends, family that might be able to help you. And don't be afraid to reach out if you do need the help. I would say another thing too that's extremely important that I would love to share in my message is really try to use like your disadvantages to your advantage. And by that, I mean, sometimes like when I look back at what happened to me in my personal life with the pain of losing my mom, I do really feel like that's what propelled and pushed me forward. I found a way to turn that pain into power. And I feel like everyone, you know, everyone experiences some sort of pain, some sort of struggle, and some sort of rock bottom. But just
Mm-hmm.
try to find a way, you know, try to find the blessing in whatever that is, and make it yours, and just use it to your advantage, and use it and just power through.
Yeah. So the pain is your purpose type of an idea. You hear that all the time, and you see a lot of successful businesses. And this is what happened, and this was the catalyst to where I ended up. How important is self-care? I know you're in the fitness business, and some people are there, they're all pumping weights all the time and working out, but we often don't see the self-care element of fitness. How important is taking time for yourself, or having that as part of your plan, or is it part of your plan when people come into your gym? How important is self-care? What does that mean to you?
Yes, it's extremely important. And only recently, I would say within the past few months, I've dedicated more time to self-care, because I realized that without self-care, it's most likely that I would probably experience burnout, which I do not
Mhm.
go down that road. And I feel like I was on the verge of experiencing burnout. So self-care, it means different things to me, honestly, every day. So there could be,
Yeah.
and it's really about listening to my body and what it needs and what I need from me today. So some days that might actually mean like spending 2 hours in the gym, having my headphones on, blasting music or a podcast, turning everything outside off and just focusing on me and really what makes me feel good, which some days is, like I said, like spending that time in the gym. Other days it might just be me in my pajamas, going to get my nails done before being in my pajamas, coming home, relaxing, um, watching TV. So it's really about like listening to my body, what it needs that day, and really giving it what it needs to be my best self.
Like that you say that, because oftentimes people think that there's a script, right? You hear all this journaling, all this kumbaya and all this other stuff. Like, let's just keep it real. The fact that you're saying, listen to your body, that is your biggest indicator of what your direction should be when it comes to self-care. It's so powerful. I think this is a message I'm hoping that everyone who's listening hears that, and don't think that they have to follow any kind of cookie cutter idea of what self-care looks like. Oh, I haven't journaled. Oh, I haven't meditated. Oh, I haven't done all these things that the masses says that I should be doing. But instead, I'm really listening to my body. It's because even me, I usually say, I don't want to watch TV. I'm not a big TV watcher. You know what? It was last year, and I got Netflix for the first time in my life. All my friends are like, oh my God, she got Netflix. And that was what I needed. I needed to not be thinking about anything, just lie on the couch, which I never do. Like, do nothing and just watch whatever, right? And so I'm very happy. I need women to get on this program of not having any script, or not letting anyone dictate what self-care looks like. Just listen to your body. That's a huge takeaway, OT. What's next for you? Where's this empire going? Tell me.
Well, we're really just trying to expand. Like that's really our number one goal, and expand in different ways, whether that mean for the future, possibly opening another location or having more than one location, and then even expand online with our community. We're looking right now into building like an app that can be accessible worldwide, just to offer our classes virtually and give our virtual clients, again, like a really great experience.
Mhm.
And then even just like short term, like next month is Black History Month, and We have so much planned. Like, we're collaborating with a bunch of brands, and then we also have like our own Black History Weekend, February 25th and 26th, where we're going to be offering discounted classes, and we're going to be collecting donations, Black hair care products for a youth shelter. So yeah, it's super fun. You're gonna see all those fun classes like the Reggae Fit and our step class that weekend for a discounted price. So we always are trying to find different ways to really help out our community and do fun things, fitness and
Yeah.
fitness fun.
Yeah, it's your passion comes out, and this is why I really wanted to talk to you, because I felt your passion. I saw the work that you've been doing. A lot of women need to hear from someone like you to get them inspired, to get them start really digging deep and looking at their own lives and possibly finding their own way, building their own mini empire to a major empire. Here at FEM, our objective really has always been, since it started in 2018, is to really put a spotlight on women who are doing incredible things in our community. And I would say that you are one of those women. I'm super, super proud of you. And I just can't wait to be like on the slide. I know there's so much more to come. I'm already like that. I told you, I speak things into existence and it does happen. So I already see so many great things that's going to happen between you and FEM in the future. It's going to be great. If there's anything that you want to part with before we wrap up, you want to leave a word of wisdom, anything at all for our audience who's keenly listening, what would your parting words be?
I would say you are enough. You have enough within you to achieve anything your heart desires. Take the risk and go for it, because you never know what will happen, and you don't want to grow older one day and regret not taking that risk.
I love you for saying that. I love you for saying that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much for taking your time to speak with us, to share your experience, to share your business, to share your brand. The sky's the limit. We already know that. It's already predestined. So I'm super excited. More to come, everyone, from FEM and Club Energy and OT. And I can't wait. I can't wait to share everything in the future. Super excited. Thank you so much for sharing the time. God bless.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Take care.